Barry, a really interesting game of football this evening. Goals and contentious moments as well. What did you make of it?
Yeah, it's really hard for me here to stand here as a football manager. You do need things to go for you. I think in the East Kilbride game, they get a penalty. The referee makes a terrible decision. It's a really terrible decision. And then tonight, we're drawing 0-0. We're actually quite good in the game. The first 20 minutes, we're picking them off. We're doing things well, and the referee makes another terrible decision. You can't get these decisions wrong. That's a penalty for us. The man sent off, and the game's totally different. And then after that, I think they got a bit of a lift. I think when they scored their goal, just through a mistake from us. Thought structurally we looked good. There was just a mistake at the top end of the pitch. They hoof one forward, and Gullen gets in. Then for about 10 minutes after that, I thought we came off the game a bit. I didn't think we were quite in the ascendancy like we were. We probably needed half time a wee bit, because the first 25 minutes I thought we were in pretty good control against the ball, with the ball creating all the chances. And then at half time we had to reset a wee bit, and then second half we came out. They started brightly for 5 minutes, and then after that I thought it was all us. I thought we showed the intent that we tried to go. I think if you watch that whole game, they had 3 chances, 3 goals. But I think Josh had another save to make. And I think if you see our chances, we were trying to have a go at them, more set plays. We looked in the ascendancy. I thought the subs came on and made a real big difference to us, and I think we deserved. I was at that point, I thought we were going to go equalise and we could go and win this. That's what I was thinking at that time. And when we really started pushing, they exposed us at the back, because we were going all out for it. But we seem to have been punished for every single thing over the last couple of games, and we need to be better at that. That's what I said to the players. I said sometimes in football that's what happens. Every decisions went against us, or everything, but you've got to ride that. You've got to keep going through it. No excuses. You've got to make sure that you keep doing it, and you keep making sure that your concentration levels are good. Fear the worst as a defender. Make sure that you're not giving the ball away in dangerous areas as a forward player. So that's the bit that's really been not quite at it the last 2 games, because there's been times in the games where we've looked really good, by the way. We've looked really good, but we're probably still a wee bit out in balance.
Can I ask you about the contentious moments? I think some Rovers supporters were looking towards a potential penalty claim up the other end, second half. Do you get a chance to speak with the referee at all?
Yeah, I spoke to the referee, and it's hard because it could be a penalty. That's a still more penalty sounding off. That for me is ridiculous. And that changes the whole game. I think one other thing before you speak about referees, I think they were dead in their feet, St Johnstone. I thought they were dead in their feet, and that's why we were running over the top of them at the end there. And but I can't say too much about referees, but it's 2 horrendous decisions. And in football these things happen, but what I've said to the players, we don't use that as an excuse. There's things that we need to do better. But the good thing that pleased me tonight was, we've been really good in a couple of games, but we've been poor with some things that we've done. But when you see the fans there, for me, standing there applauding, they saw the effort, they saw the good things that was happening. And us as a team, we need to make sure that we tidy these things up, these little things up. Look, we can't do nothing about penalty decisions and referees, we can't do nothing about that, but there is little things that we need to be better at. And I thought the reaction to going a goal down was for not getting the penalty for the players, and the reaction for going a goal down was what we are looking for.
Additional positives, goal for Jack Hamilton, minutes for Lou Stevenson?
Yeah, that was pleasing. Thought that Jack come on, did really well. Kai Montague, a special mention, gave us real energy. I think Vonnie and Dylan still try to get there with match fitness, sharpness. But yeah, I was pleased with the substitutes and the way they were. They gave us a freshness, they gave us a real intent. And yeah, it's been puzzling for me a bit the last couple of games, if I'm being honest. It has. But I know the little fine details we need to get better at, but so much to like about some of the stuff as well.
I know you say it's a bit of a puzzle, but knowing the way you work, I think those answers to these puzzles will be jotted down in a notebook, and it's about bringing them to fruition now.
Yeah, and it's all right to, and you go and look into the depth of this or whatever. It's like a mistake for Paul McMullen. It's a penalty decision. sometimes it's just about that concentration level from a player, and it's not just Paul. It's what the little decision. I think Dicey was too far out for the last goal going in. Little things like that, getting closer to people. So that's the bits that we need to get right, and that's the bit that we're so good at when we got into a rhythm last year.
First eyes on Championship opposition?
Yeah, listen. I saw their bench. I saw 4 players warming up. We were on probably decent money at this football club. Their squad's huge. You can see all the players that they're taking on the pitch, but nothing to fear for us there. We're a tight unit. We're a tight group. With the fans there tonight, and they'll have watched that second half, and they'll be thinking, yeah, they're all right, Raith Rovers. So listen, everybody expects them to go and be top of the league, them and Ross County, for the money they spend and the players and all that. And listen, I hear that all the time, but they're not going to fancy playing against us when they see that there tonight.
Still a lot to play for on Saturday.
Yeah, of course there is. There's always a lot to play for at this football club. We want to go and win the game, and then of course we've got. Listen, I'm gutted 'cause I really wanted to be in that cup. Like and I know it's probably my first experience of playing a cup competition in pre-season, and for me, I've learnt a bit. You can see like little wee decisions, a little wee things that can happen. So, but. We were desperate to do, but we need to go and win the next game, and then we've got the big start for the season to start.
Be interesting to see how that plan comes to fruition, what we need to tighten up on, what we need to expand on. We'll catch up with you after Saturday's game.
All right, thanks guys.